All right, shalom, shalom. First off and foremost, as always, I want to say, call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, double honor being to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. And a shalom to you, Ankim out there that's pushing this truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Okay, so this lesson is going to be titled endurance. Putting in the work and working towards that, working for that penny, as the scriptures say, or should I say, as Yahweh Shai said, going in, about the parable, and the penny, which means which I'll get actually, going into Matthew 20, and and that's what we're in this truth for, to receive that penny, to get that, that spiritual paycheck, if you will, and also too, we have to continue to, endure to the end, with all faith and fear, humbleness, meekness, sincerity, right? Continue to persevere, and just continue to ultimately, stay the course, because, hey, like the scriptures say, actually, let me get this real quick, before I get Matthew 20. If you don't work, you don't eat, okay? Because, and that goes both ways, currently, especially spiritually, because, the scriptures say, money is a defense. So we have to, of course, in the carnal aspect, we got to work here in society, in our captivity here in Babylon, or wherever, you brothers, may be, scattered at, to stay afloat, in society, pay your bills, things like that, put food on your tables, right? But in a spiritual sense, us, we're working in the spirit, doing lessons, going to camp, studying, feeding the Lord's sheep, being brotherly towards one another, being charitable, and that's us, working in the spirit so that way we may, get that, get that deliverance, get that penny, So this is, I believe it's in Thessalonians. Let's see. Let's put in the KJV. Let's do this. Don't work, don't eat. Okay, this is the book of 2 Thessalonians. Excuse me. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 3 and verse 10. And it says, "For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any should not work, neither should he eat." Let's read the NLT. It says, "Even while we were with you, we gave you this commandment." This command: those unwilling to work will not get to eat. And that's even like I said earlier, carnally, because, imagine if you're in a job, and you're not doing your job, what's going to happen? You're going to get fired, and then you won't be able to, have the money in your pockets to provide for yourself. You're not going to be able to eat. Okay, so that's the carnal aspect. But the spiritual aspect, if you're not putting in this work, if you're not, now, of course, the elect is all based off predestination, like as the scriptures say, but also too, that's why we say that we're the hopeful elect, because like the scriptures say, we are, showing our faith by our works, so we're showing our faith, to, of hoping to be of the elect, because we have faith that we, are of the elect, that we believe, us doing this work, believing in the names of Yahweh Shema Shai will get us delivered. You see, so us doing this work, this truth, is us, working so that way we can eat, so that way we can, get deliverance, get that crown from Yahweh Shai himself, as it is written in the book of Second Esdras, the second chapter. Okay. It's a beautiful account. Goes in about the vision that Edris saw. He's seen, Yahweh Shai crowning the elect. And it was like how they have graduation. It's basically a very divine graduation ceremony. That's the best that I can describe it. With my words. But when you read it, hey man, you got to use your imagination. And that's one thing too. Like the Elder Pascal Bar always says, you want to use your imagination when you read the scriptures. And it brings it makes reading the scriptures more interesting. Even though it already is interesting, but when you put yourself there, and use your imagination, the scriptures, it becomes way more better, and that's a beautiful thing, because when you use imagination, that means that you're really into what you're reading. We're reading our history. The Bible's our history book. It's our history of our people, of our ancestors, of Yahweh Shai. The accounts of Yahweh Shai, the accounts of the apostles. So we have to just continue to work in the spirit, and so that we can get this penny, get that penny. Okay. And speaking of that penny, let's get that real quick in Matthew 20. Okay. Let's see. And I'm going to get this parable in the NLT. All right. This is Matthew 20. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta start at 1. Okay, and I'm gonna read down to verse 12. Yep. So this is Matthew 20 from verse 1 to 12. It says in the NLT, it says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like the landowner who went out early one morning to hire workers for his vineyard. He agreed. Actually, let me read it in the KJV, because I want to get to where it says penny. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, because it doesn't say penny in the NLT. So this is the KJV, Matthew 20 and verse 1. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard." You see, and that's what we do in the truth. We are laboring. Yahweh Shai said, pray for more laborers. Because hey, we have to get out of here, man. And once you like for example, like construction. Depending on how big the job is, you may have a crew of men. Depending on how many men you have, or a job can be a huge, and you may not have enough men. And say you have a lot of men, that the job can get done faster. But if you don't have a lot of men in that job, that's a big task to complete. Then a job, it may not get done as fast compared to if it was more men. You see. So it says, verse 2, and when he had agreed with the laborers for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace, and said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. Again, okay, now mind you, this where is it at? The householder, right in this parable that Yahweh Shai is talking about. Okay, you have men that got hired in a job to go into the vineyard. The third hour. Okay, then you have right here. When you go down to verse 5, it says, again, he went out about the 6th and 9th hour and did likewise. So this man, in this parable that Yahweh Shai is saying, okay, he's hiring, men to go into his vineyard to work. the third hour, the sixth hour, the ninth hour, right? And it says, and about the 11th hour, he went out and found others standing idle and said unto them, why stand ye here all the idle? They say unto him, because no man hath hired us. He said unto them, go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right that ye shall receive. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. Right. So now it's time for the workers to get paid. All right. No matter, the hour that they got started. You see? And it says, so you have the laborers that got paid the third hour, the sixth hour, and the ninth hour. Okay. Which means that you're going to have, brothers that's, it don't matter. Well, actually, let me keep going. Then I'll break it down. Let me keep going. And it says, verse 9, it says, verse 8, excuse me. So when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last unto the first. And when they came that were hire about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. You see? So in this parable they Yahushua is putting forth, okay, you have men that came in the third hour, the sixth hour, ninth hour, and then the 11th hour, right? So all these men came in at different hours. Now in today's time, right? Okay, for example, if you're starting a new job, okay, or vice versa, if you're starting a new job and somebody is over you, in a position next to you, but they work in the same position as you, they may get a little more, a little more money, like $2 more because of their experience, or the case may be. But you coming in, you may get paid entry level, depending on what that entry level pay is, right? That's how that's done in America, based off your experience, based off your experience, based off your, your resume, as far as I know, that's what I know. As long as I've been in Babylon, living here in captivity, that's how it's always been. As far as I've been working, here in America, you see. So somebody starting off new, but you're in a job, and you've been doing that job for a few years, right? Or, like 6 months to a year, right? Then you would probably have more pay than, the new guy. Okay. So that's how things operate here, in Babylon when it comes to somebody getting different pay. Okay. But right here in this parable, okay, this penny, okay, is recorded, excuse me, is this penny is going into, about, that deliverance, that salvation. You see, because it don't matter when you came into the truth, we're all fighting for that same penny. You see, we're all fighting for, that, deliverance. Okay, you have some, like, for example, the apostles, they were preaching the truth decades before I was even, I was born, but here it is today. I am in the truth, like the scriptures say, coming into other men's labors, if I'm not mistaken, and that's what, young brothers like myself, we have, came into, came into the labor of these men, all right, and to, a certain later hour, just like the parable said, but we're all receiving that same penny because we're all fighting for, that penny, for that deliverance. Okay. And that's why, I borrowed the scripture earlier, if you don't work, you don't eat. Okay. And just like this, this parable, hey, if you being, he said, there was men that was idle, so they had to work. You see? So if you're not idle and you're, doing, your work, okay, then you're going to receive that penny. Now, of course, if you're of the elect, but you got to have faith that you are of the elect. Okay. But hey, you got to constantly, fight for that penny and constantly, put the spiritual work in. Okay. And like the parable say, you had men come in at third hour. So some men that came in way early on, like the apostles, for example, and they're still pushing to this day. Okay, and some men, the 6 hour, the ninth hour. You had the elders back in 2007. The Great Awakening. In 2007, I was in I was in like the fifth grade in '07, the sixth grade. I was a child. You know, and then fast forward. You have fast forward now. Like the parable said, like the 11th hour. Coming in the truth. A little more later. You know, I came to the truth. I believe back in 2017. Okay, so I'm still young in the truth. Okay, and then you got Jakes that are waking up, coming into the truth. But guess what? These Jakes that's coming in. You got new brothers coming in. They're still gonna receive that same penny. No matter what time they came to the truth. Okay, because like I said, I'm gonna say it again. We're all fighting towards that same prize, man. Okay. So slacky about that, that me ranting right there. But I just had to, get that point across, so Lord's will, get what I'm saying. I explained it the best way that I could. Okay. So back in the parable, Matthew 20 and verse 9, it says, and when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. But when the first came, they supposed that they should have received more, and they likewise received every man a penny. Okay, so it don't matter when it comes to the truth. Don't matter, what time or however the Lord deems it fit. Listen, man, if you're the elect, then guess what? You're of the elect. If you're gonna get that penny, then you're gonna get that, get that penny. However, Yahweh Shema Shai deems it fit, his men are gonna get that penny. Okay, it don't matter when the elect is gonna wake up. Hey, man, they're the elect. They're the elect. Okay, because why? Because they're gonna wake up regardless. Okay, they're gonna receive that penny regardless. Okay, so us, now knowing that there is something that we're fighting for, we got to hold this fast, to us, to ourselves, just like how Shai said. Let's get it real quick. This is Revelation 3 and verse 11, and it says, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast. Excuse me. It says, hold that, excuse me, sorry. It says, hold that, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Okay, and hold what fast? It's truth. This this precious truth, man. This gospel. That no man take thy crown. Right? Don't let that man. It's starting off with you, because we're in a spiritual war. And the flesh is constantly, warring, against the spirit. Okay, so we have to constantly, examine ourselves, constantly, really just self-scrutinize ourselves. Okay, because sometimes, you can get ahead of yourself, and you may not even know it. So sometimes it's good to, take a step back, take a deep breath, and see, and just take a look in the mirror, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost, because I'm not completely perfect. I would love to be perfect, but this flesh is, so sometimes this flesh, it can just, this flesh got a mind of its own. I put it to you like that, but that's why we have to continue to, hold that crown, near and dear to us, so that way we can, hey, we got to continue to fight, perseverance, man, continue to work, continue to strive, for that, that precious penny. Okay. Because Yahweh Shai said what? He said, behold, I come quickly. Okay. So us knowing that Yahweh Shai is going to come quickly. Okay. We have to have in the back of our minds, well, all the time, of course, we got to have it, in our minds to know that we got to continue to work, because like the scripture said, if you don't work, guess what? You don't eat. Okay. And also too, let's get this, because if we continue to do what we got to do in the spirit, then, we're not going to fail. Okay. And that's scriptural. This is the book of, let's see, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10, and it says, actually, yeah, verse 10. Let me get in the let's see. Let's okay. I'll start at verse 10. Second Peter chapter 1 and verse 10 in the NLT. It says, so dear brothers and sisters, work hard to prove that you really are among those the Most High has called and chosen, right? Because we are working, show that faith by the works. You see, it's like if you're on a basketball team for tryouts, you're gonna work your ass off to show the coach that you really want to be in that team, right? Because if you don't work your ass off, then that just showing the coach that you don't want to be there. And guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get cut. All right, you're not gonna make it on the final roster. Okay, and best believe, man, I want to make it on that final roster. Okay, I want to be of the elect, and that should be your mindset as well. To make it on that final roster. Okay, and it says, work hard to prove that you really are among those the Most High Yahweh Bashim Shai has called and chosen, right? Because the scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen. But you want to, be called, not only called, but also chosen. Okay. And it says, do these things and you will never fall away. So if you continue to, work, with all faith and sincerity and fear, hey man, you shall be saved. Like the gospel say, like Yahweh Shai said. Let's get it. Matthew 24 and 13. Matthew 24 and 13, it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right? Long you keep doing the work, man. Keep doing the work. Keep doing the work. And just like that fucking that movie with that crazy ass Jake. I forgot what it's called. Snow on the Bluff. It's like a little movie, some little crazy ass Jake movie. And there was a scene, that towards the end, and the Jake said, whatever you doing, keep that mother effer rolling. Keep that, keep it going. And hey man, whatever happens in this truth, you gotta keep pushing. It don't matter what's going on in your life. Not saying it like that, but hey man, this truth, it triumphs everything. Okay, don't matter the financial woes you may be going through. Whatever bullshit you got going on in your life, whatever highs and lows that you got going on. Hey, this truth, hey, the work must be done. You got it. Hey, whatever happens, keep that mother effer rolling. Let's read it again. Matthew 24 and 13. But hey, before I even read it again, that's why the scriptures say Romans 8 and 18. It said that for I reckon the times. Let's get it real quick. Man, let me get it real quick, man. Let me just get it real quick. All right. This is Revelation. I mean, not Revelation. Romans chapter 8 and 18. It says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time, right, and we are suffering. We supposed to suffer. And what word goes back, and what word means suffering? Patience. Okay, the scriptures talk about having patience and hope in the Lord. Patience means to suffer. Us being in captivity, knowing that we have to wait here until Yahweh shall deliver us. That's suffering. We gotta wait here. The heathen is over us. The woman is over us right now, temporarily, not for long. Okay, for now, this whole world is wicked. So we have to endure, and continue to have patience, aka suffer, and wait upon the Lord. Because right now, this life that we have, this bullshit ass life, man, here in captivity, especially here in America, this shit is trash, man. But hey, like the scriptures say, we have to, hold fast, our crown, continue to have patience, continue to suffer. And it says, Romans 8 and 18, for I reckon that the sufferings, see, of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. You see? So like I was saying earlier, even though life, bullshit goes on in our lives, we got to keep pushing, man. We got to keep pushing. We have to. Okay? If you don't work, you don't eat. Okay? You want that penny? Hey, you got to keep doing lessons. You got to keep studying, reading. Keeping that oil fresh. Being charitable towards the Akim, being brotherly in a very sincere manner, and not doing it out of strife. So the Lord, the Lord got something precious for us, man. The Lord knows exactly what he's doing. Okay? The Lord knows that we need the kingdom. So we have to continue to endure. So let's head back to Matthew 24 and verse 13. And it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Okay? So, you have to have that faith, man, that fear. Anyhow, about Shema Shai, that you endure unto the end. Continue to keep pushing, pushing, to the end. Just stay the course, man. Now, we go into that word endure in this particular scripture of Yahweh Shai's sayings. The word there is
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano. Hupamano.
hupameno. Okay. And that word endure, it says to preserve, to endure, to bear bravely and calmly. It says to preserve under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Yahweh Shai. You see? And didn't we just read Revelation 3 and verse 11? Okay, Yahweh Shai said, behold, I come quickly. Okay, hold thou fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. You see? So we have to continue to endure under the the trials and tribulations that we go through, while having the faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, and also too, the word, I don't know if I said it already, says patient and suffer, goes into the words endure. Okay. Now, speaking of the word endure, real quick, let's get this, and that'll be the lesson. Let's see. Okay, here it is. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. Okay, and not a soldier, that's a carnal, but a spiritual soldier, because we are holding, fast to faith in Yahweh Shai, and we got to, endure the spiritual battle, because Satan, he's always around. He's always around that corner. So we got to, keep our, our minds on a swivel spiritually, be spiritually circumspect, because Satan, he's always, in the midst. That's why, we just got to be spiritually on guard, and during this, the spiritual, battle, and continue to fight. Okay. So, yeah, man, that's the lesson right there. And Lord's way, you edified and fed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Shai. And I just want to say, call them La Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honor being to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that do rule and teach well. Okay, and a shalom to you, sincere Ankim out there that's pushing his truth through the spirit, through the power, and through the name of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Kakwadash. And Lord's will, you edified. With that being said, shalom.